Okay,
And we're gonna go live.
there we go. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 30th, episode 8. Am I on count here? 8? Are we?
No, I think this is 9. This is 9. I know. It's surprising just how quickly things are going.
Yeah.
I'm just having a moment of
Clicking
and
Clicking moment.
wanting to share certain things. So I've got to get to what I want to share. I was like, what's going on here? So we can just kind of improv for a moment of like what we're doing. Here we go.
Yeah. I'm on location today because
yes, you are.
You can do that these days.
Well, what's so awesome is like when we get to do this work, we get to have choice on where we're at, and sometimes it's in our car. I've done a few Facebook lives from the car, and it's all good.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna totally embrace it because it's stoked that we are at this place where we can be this mobile.
Right. You're creating the living that you want, of being able to have flexibility. You can drop somebody off someplace, hop on the call here, and then go do the next thing without having to be
send the family. Send the family into the coffee shop. Go get a drink.
Go. All right. So while they're off doing that, let's see what today's topic's going to be.
Yeah, spin that baby.
All right.
Oh, I had the best fire last night. I'm looking at the rain, but last night it was beautiful and clear.
Spring.
Oh, spring has sprung. Yeah, baby.
Last episode we talked about snow, I think. So
that's right, we did.
This is fun. This is a good transition into spring. And what does spring mean? Creativity and sustaining it. And I just noticed how I said that. It felt a little bit like a push energy, like how do we sustain this thing? And let's I want to offer a different perspective, right, around spring, like lightness. I'm also getting the image of not necessarily spring as a season, but a spring as a bouncy a spring.
Like trampoline spring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What comes up for you for spring?
Well, the first thing was like, spring is my season. This is what I love. Like, I come back to life. I have quite significant seasonal affective disorder. So some winter depression stuff that I've managed with the light box and stuff and all kinds of different things. But boy, even on a good winter, I still sort of turn things just kind of
there's a hibernation piece, right? A going in, and there's shame for, I think shame comes into the space around like wanting to slow down and like not do as much, and like what happens if we actually celebrate the quieting, the slowing, the restoring.
I mean, this winter I have really dropped into a lot of undoing, a lot of not doing, a lot of quieting, like really hibernating in, and it felt really good. And I am so delighted spring is here. We had like the best equinox gathering a couple weekends ago, or last week, a couple weekends ago. And like dancing into the spring. For me, it's a place where it's kind of my season, like in terms of this whole sort of coloring, personality type sort of season. Spring is my time, baby. Like, it's
what opens up for you in spring in relationship to creativity?
It's like one, I feel like I come back alive as the plants and the natural world comes back to life. I feel that sort of same creative force inside of me that just is like, it's like inside out. It's not an outside in thing, and it just wells up from like my toes or from in the ground through my legs all the way up. So I just have a lot of sort of emerging energy where for me, like the sustaining piece comes in. It actually, sustaining for me is more sort of the later stages, the summer or the fall, because spring is easy for me, like starting things, getting going. That I'm a totally novelty motivated sort of brain, and so doing something new and exciting really gets me going. The new season, the new project, the new whatever.
Yeah.
For me, so for me, it's the sustaining piece really comes after that, where it's cultivating that
It's
sort of
nurturing
stick
what?
withedness a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's actually really been the theme for me this last 6 months. I would say I've been diving pretty deep into that, but damn, am I happy that it's spring, because it just makes everything easy. I feel like I just have the wind at my back.
I love that. And I love just coming home at my driveway and seeing the hyacinths and the daffodils. Like, it's colorful. And I do see color in you, like you are all about color. And that's another form of creativity, is like, what kind of splashes of color want to be put out in the world, and how does it get incorporated? So I'm a very sensory person, so I feel like spring is full of sensory. It's also full of allergies, so I get a little sneezy. So like, if I were to pick a season, it is fall. I love the Christmas of the fall. Like, that's my season. But spring still, I love it. It is inspiring. It's like, oh, it's full of possibilities.
Birth possibility.
And it's like just choosing what wants to really get nurtured and sustained, and we like the weeding out too of what doesn't work. That's also what spring means to me. Like, what isn't that needs to be pulled out, so that the growth that's there just has more space to flourish.
Yeah, I get this image of, when you plant seeds and you have to thin them in order to give all of them really, like, that weeding and thinning is what comes to mind.
Yeah, a lot of that.
I'm thinking also about, like, I go out for walks almost every day, and I do a lot of sort of meditating and sitting out in nature, because that's just my preferred spot. And the audio landscape change in spring is pretty profound. Like, when was it? I think a couple of weeks ago, all of a sudden the robins were back, and and then the frogs.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, the frogs at night. I had a big fire last night too, and as we were going inside, the frogs were starting to
sing.
To sing, yes. It's like a whole choir. I mean, it can be deafening.
It can be, and there's an energy to it. I think in spring, I was walking home from a softball game, and we're walking through a creek area, and the frogs were I was like, oh yeah, I missed this. Okay, this is life. This is energy, and sustaining that creativity. There's a feeding of it. There's a awareness of what wants to be created.
Well, and there's like, what comes to mind is like, there needs to be enough water, enough rain to allow all of those shoots and all of that new plant life, and for all of it to sustain, especially here in the Northwest, right? Because the image I'm seeing is like, the tender green shoots that are pushing up, and they are so determined. Like, nothing's going to stop them. They're so tender, and yet they're so unstoppable.
And then it's almost like persistent. They're like, I'm going to inch my way, like, centimeter by centimeter up through this ground until I get the sunshine. I love that. Persistence and determination.
Curious what it evokes in folks that are listening. Like, I would love to hear from people what this wakes up in them.
What creative thing wants to burst forth from you?
Oh my God.
Now. What's longing to see the light? And how can we have conversations about that to nurture it, to expand it to allow it to grow and pick out the weeds so that it doesn't suffocate it. Give it oxygen and give it space. So let's have those conversations. It'll be summertime, which is actually another great season for really like dousing on the fertilizer and letting things just really
letting them come into their full bloom.
Let's do that. And a place to start is an invitation to join us in Italy this summer. We are going to host a Q&A call tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 31st, the Thursday at 3 Pacific time. I'll put the link down below. Just register and join us in a conversation around how to have a creation vacation where you can restore, unplug, water yourself, juice up, water yourself in the pool, relax in the hillsides of Italy, and nourish yourself with really delicious food and company of others who are wanting the same thing.
Oh, just hearing that makes me go.
So we're here, you know how to reach us, and we look forward to further conversations. So have a great day, Mayo, on your day off the island.
Thanks. You have a lovely day too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.